Okay, hello YouTube. We should be live now. At least that's what OBS is telling me. And I decided to start on this screen. Do not go through this because I'm not gonna purchase it because I am broke. And I know Diablo is not a gold digger, but they aren't messing with they aren't messing with me. But I do like the otter. I wanted to look at the pretty little otter over here. I'm not gonna be able to purchase it because I'm not gonna be able to purchase it. Yeah, that was a topic of conversation before the stream officially started. Uh, I do. I'm not going to be able to but I can look at it at least. And I also have been wondering, like, what's the history lesson is going to be today? I hope there would be more in the BlizzCon pack than a mount and a pet. Well, I guess Diablo 4 wasn't their biggest seller, so they didn't really think about too much stuff for Diablo 4. But I have been enjoying the game. I have definitely been enjoying getting through all of that. And I think we are starting Act 4 today, unless the acts are no longer like act per zone. Because I think last time we were in the game, it was still saying Act 3 and not Act 4. So I think Kyrgyzstan may still be Act 3. Well, at the very least, we might be going to Kyrgyzstan today. They still had some side quests left to complete, not a lot, but like had a few things to complete in the dry steppes. So we'll probably finish that and then continue on to Kyrgyzstan at last. And get to the next zone. Apparently, the Tuesdays are becoming the side quest days. Still not sure if we'll be like doing it every Tuesday. We've done like 3 Tuesdays in a row now. I think so. Because I am enjoying playing the game and I want to play it more. But yeah, I have been wondering what should be the history lesson. What should be the history? How do I have 2 concurrent viewers but 1 view? Like how does that happen? YouTube. Anyway, I have been wondering what should be like the history lesson today. Like I've been thinking about topics that I could could talk about. I don't know if I could talk about many topics as much as I have talked about Alexander the Great last stream, because the dude was seriously like if anybody random is watching this like as a VOD or is watching it now, like I don't know how many people are actually watching this now because it tells me there is 1 view but 2 concurrent viewers. So I don't know how that happened. It's like if anybody's watching now, or if anybody's watching it as a VOD later, I do watch the last stream, and I was talking for like over an hour. I was talking about Alexander the Great because I am listening to Iron Maiden in the background. And they have a song about Alexander the Great, and I was started by talking about like how they managed to make Alexander the Great sound boring in the song. Like the song basically just goes, well, he won a battle, and he won another battle, then he won another battle, and then he died of a fever in Babylon. Like the battles are not what make Alexander the Great so great. And I was talking about Alexander's life for like an hour, and then for a little bit more about like alternate history, like what else he could have achieved. Like would he have gone to Arabia, to Italy? Would he have completed India eventually? Who knows? I've been talking about that on the last stream, so I do think I do like people should check that out, because like there's genuinely a very interesting topic. Like he's like one of my Alexander is like one of my favorite historical characters, more than Caesar. I think he is like genuinely far more interesting than Julius Caesar. Like Julius Caesar comes, like they both come from nobility. Alexander was a king, but like Julius Caesar was actually like a fairly ordinary person. Like he was a fairly normal, ordinary person. Julius Caesar. Like he was successful. Julius Caesar was successful because he was a normal, smart person. Alexander the Great was successful because he was just completely bonkers. He was just completely crazy, and he was like just doing crazy things that nobody else would have thought of at the time. And that's why he was successful, and that's why I love Alexander so much more than Caesar. Because Julius Caesar is just such a standard guy who was just very smart, who was very successful. He was very successful. He was very smart, but he wasn't extremely interesting as a person. He wasn't extremely interesting as a person because he just like he had a romance with Cleopatra. Like any powerful commander, any powerful nobleman, any respected commander at the time would have had romance with Cleopatra, because that's what Cleopatra was doing. Cleopatra the Seventh, the one Cleopatra that people remember, and people forget there were six other Cleopatras. It's like if people remembered only Ptolemy the 13th, her brother husband. It's like if people only remembered him. But people do remember there was a shit ton of Ptolemies, because they were all kings. Were they all kings? I think like one or two were not kings. Like one or two Ptolemies were not kings. People remember that the Ptolemies themselves, because also that dynasty is called the Ptolemaic dynasty, the Ptolemaic Egypt it's called. So people remember them. But people don't remember the Cleopatras. People only remember the one Cleopatra. People remember the one Cleopatra, and then they forget she was Greek. Like I know this is like a well-known thing. It's very well known. But like it was like a person that was like this black lady on Twitter. I think it was on Twitter. It was like this black lady on Twitter who like people were complaining about Cleopatra in some movie being black. People were complaining because she was Cleopatra. Why is she black? And this black lady on Twitter comes up like, what? You're complaining about Cleopatra being the one who lived in Egypt? The one that's in Africa? Yeah, the one that's in North Africa. The one where people look like Rami Malek. One of your favorite games, Expeditions Rome, has a Cleopatra romance, and it's really fun. Okay. Like I'm sure the story with Caesar and Cleopatra, I'm sure it's an interesting story. It's an interesting I don't want to call it a love story, because I don't think Cleopatra loved Caesar. I think she was just using him for political clout and for influence. So I don't think it was really a love story. Like it was just a general who had a fling with a foreign queen, and they were both using she was using him for political clout, and he was using her for her body. And this was basically that's stories like that are dime a dozen. So that's why I'm not like a huge Caesar person. Because they're just like so standard, so normal for the period, for like I don't want to go too deep into into Caesar's life and story, because I have not studied Julius Caesar as much as I have studied like Alexander. because I don't find them as interesting. So I haven't studied. The game is kind of being choppy right now. I don't know why. Not why it would be choppy now and not like yesterday when nothing really changed. I don't have anything else running that I shouldn't be, do I? No. Everything else here is closed. I'll close like Epic Games Launcher. I don't know that would do anything. Riot Vanguard. That Riot Vanguard is still launching. I don't actually have any Riot games installed, but the Riot Vanguard is still freaking launching. Don't know why. If I remember, I actually turn it off, but I rarely do. What is this? Okay, I guess I need to kill this.
I need more vigor.
Yeah, the Riot espionage system. I genuinely don't have any Riot games installed, but it's still launching somehow. For some reason. I installed the Riot launcher. I installed the Riot launcher some time ago.
I need more vigor.
Because I wanted to play like Legends of Runeterra. I wanted to play Legends of Runeterra. I wanted to play Legends of Runeterra and I never actually installed it.
I am out of vigor.
So all I had, so I ended up with just the launcher that I never actually used for anything.
I am out of vigor.
And now I just got the Riot Vanguard launching every day, every morning. So yeah, like I don't find Julius Caesar that interesting as some people. Like I know that Julius Caesar has his fans, people who like really love Julius Caesar, and can talk about Julius Caesar as long as I talk about Alexander, because like genuinely you can talk about Julius Caesar for hours too, because you know, people have written doctoral theses, doctoral theses on Julius Caesar. So you know, you can write entire books. On Julius Caesar too. I just don't find him that interesting. Like sure he is interesting. Like he's an interesting person in history because he has achieved a lot in his life, obviously. And like you know, today, like then the word for emperor in many European languages literally comes from his name. So obviously, like he is an interesting character. I just don't find him as interesting as Alexander. I just, you know, Genghis Khan. I also don't know so much about Genghis Khan. Like I know the movie, the old movie with like John Wayne. I think it was like one of the Western actors, one of the popular Western actors. What is happening? Okay, the game is being really laggy. Okay. But the monsters died at least. Okay. Like Genghis Khan, like I don't know that much about him, but I know about I've seen the movie, the old movie with like John Wayne. Like I think it was John Wayne. That. Or one of the Attila the Hun. But like, I know the like the movie was you know, it was like very infamously bad, because like why would you hire a bunch of white dudes to portray the Mongols? Like, did you really have no Asian people in Hollywood at the time? Like this, like people complain about the Netflix adaptation, that they hired they hired the black actress for Cleopatra. People complain about the Netflix adaptation, but it's like just as seething abomination. What is that? Is that like a world boss? Please tell me this is not like a world boss. Ooh, didn't mean to press that. Nolan's, yes, I heard about it. I heard about it, certainly. I certainly heard about it, but like they had a black actress playing Helen. The costumes are absolutely atrocious. People are saying, come on, move. People are saying it's like from a cinematic standpoint as a movie. Come on, what's happening? Why are you standing there? Okay, I need to check what I just dropped there. I thought I saw something like with the pink name, and then it just disappeared. Like, I expect Achilles to be portrayed by a really... I have absolutely no issue with what's his name, the guy who was in Umbrella Academy as a woman before he came out. Elliot Page, that's what you're saying? But they got Elliot Page as Achilles. I mean, no, you know what? You know what? That's not actually bad. That's not actually bad. You know why? You know why Achilles should look a little feminine? Achilles should look a little feminine because there is a part of his story. There is a part of Achilles' story where you have the PvP tokens. Okay. Because there is a part in Achilles' story when he's trying to avoid going to the war. He's trying to avoid going to the Trojan War, and he is hiding in this harem. He is hiding in this harem as a woman. He is pretending to be a woman to avoid. He's pretending to be a woman to avoid being drafted into the war. Which, you know, I guess that beats Bone Spurs. So he has to be able to pass for a woman. Achilles should be able to pass for a woman, so he should look a little feminine. But that said, I'm not seeing Elliot Page. I'm not seeing Elliot Page as Achilles. But I was talking about Cleopatra. Like, people portrayed Cleopatra as a black people in some movie. They made Cleopatra black, and this is just so stupid. Because this one lady who was complaining that what, the Egypt, the same Egypt that's in Africa, yeah, the same Egypt that's in North Africa where people look like Rami Malek, that Egypt. Saying that Cleopatra should be black because she was from Africa is like imagine a historian in the year 4000, saying that Elon Musk was black because he was from Africa. Elon Musk is from Africa. He's from South Africa. He's from South Africa, except he comes from the descent of the white people that came and conquered a piece of Africa. That's exactly the same thing that happened with Cleopatra. Her white ancestors from Greece came and conquered Egypt. I thought I was a monster. Okay, what is this? Like a whole another town. Okay. I didn't even know that town was here. Apparently I'm looking for ways to rebuild Sanctuary. I didn't even know.
Start with one brick at a time. That is my belief.
That might take a little while.
Come even greater rewards. Meet us at the Lost Monument to start rebuilding this.
Rami Malek is very brown and very... Yeah, Rami Malek is he is genuinely of like Egyptian descent. Like they hired him as some pharaoh. They hired him to play a pharaoh in some movie, I forget which. And like he genuinely looks the way ancient Egyptians would have looked. That's the way they would have looked.
Did my father send you?
Because like the ancient Egyptians, they were darker than Arabs or Syrians or Mesopotamians. Night in the museum.
He felt it was too dangerous
Yeah.
becoming a mercenary. But so was mining in that area.
And then he was Freddie Mercury. Yes, and Freddie Mercury was of Iranian descent, I think.
So hard.
Freddie Mercury, because he was Zoroastrian, wasn't he?
Returning this to me.
Was that Freddie Mercury that was Zoroastrian? I think that was him. I don't want to act like accidentally change his religion. I think he was the one that was Zoroastrian. So yeah. So like people are complaining about this, but like this kind of this land is soaked in blood. What? Yeah, that's a good question. What is happening here?
So you feel it too. Hatred. Boiling just beneath the surface.
He was Zoroastrian, yes.
Wretched
So that was
place.
him.
I offer what shelter I can here. But we are never far.
And like
Vistos
the same way that they made the Helen black. They made the Helen black, but you know,
heed my warning.
you just invented a new religion, Zoroastrian. We're worshipping Zorro,
As surely as your enemies. Light protects
but only the version.
in these
But
dark
we're worshipping the Zorro, but only. Okay. Okay, so I'm not going to be doing that. I'm not doing any PvP. Okay. Like Zorro. What was the version of Zorro that I watched as a child? Like, let me quickly check that actually, if I can find it. Like the old Zorro TV series. And yeah, you're telling me the name of the character, Google. I know. Is this the one? Might be the one. Guy Williams? Is that the one? No. Like, you're not seeing this because I have OBS set to only show like the stream. Television series from 1990. Featuring Duncan Regehr as the character of Zorro. Regehr portrayed the fearless Spanish hero and fencer of the Family Channel. The series was shot entirely in Madrid, Spain. I think this is the one. with Duncan Regehr. I think this is the one that I watched as a kid. From series from 1990 to 1990. The timeline also fits. So like, I think this is the one that I watched. Adam West was in it. Cool. What did Adam West play in that? Who did he play in the Zorro thing? Filmography. Zorro, like Zorro. Oh, he appeared as Dr. Wayne in the 1990 Zorro episode, The Wizard. He literally appeared as Batman, Adam West. He appeared as like a Batman knockoff. In you like the one? Yeah, I watched the one with Banderas too. The movie with Banderas, I watched it, but like, I have a certain nostalgia for the one with Regehr, because you know I watched it as a kid. So I have a certain nostalgia for that one, and like when we were watching, yeah, I don't care about the PvP thing. I was just here to, oh, is this another side quest? Are we doing side quest today too?
We cast lots for this shift and I lost again. Barely made it back alive last time. The pay is high, but what good is coin if the undead make a meal of me? I don't have a solution for the corpses. I just want a quiet shift.
You know, like I have seen like bits and things about like Nolan's Odyssey. Was it Odyssey or Iliad? Or Troy? Nolan's Troy. Like I think that's the name I heard. Nolan's Troy. And it's like the casting is all out of whack. Like apparently they haven't hired a single Greek person. They haven't hired a single Greek person for Troy? Like how do you do that? Like, imagine someone was filming as the story of George Washington and they didn't hire a single person from America. Like, what is going on? They hired a black actress to portray Helen. Like, people love to portray like characters like Helen or what's her face, Cleopatra as black, but meanwhile, you know who they never portray as black? Like, if you look up the live action portrayals of Andromeda. You know, the wife of Perseus? Look up the portrayals of Andromeda. They never portray Andromeda as black. And she's actually supposed to be black. Andromeda is actually supposed to be black, but for her, they hire white actresses. Like it's not even about like representation. You know, like it just doesn't make any sense what they're doing. Oh, okay, what is that?
I don't have enough vigor.
Yeah, that was a lot of fire. I almost died there. That was a lot of fire. But a lot of people casting fire too. Where did they find the actress to play a galaxy? You know, Andromeda, the wife of Perseus, who was from Ethiopia. And like the Ethiopia that the ancient Greeks in the myths called Ethiopia probably had very little to do with the country that we today call Ethiopia. Okay, it probably had very little to do with it. But I remember her from Clash of the Titans. Yes, that was probably her. I think that was her. The woman that gets cuffed to the rock, and they summon a kraken to sacrifice her to. Lupita Nyong'o. Yeah, sure, but like, also Helen was also Greek. Do I want to chase that goblin? Okay.
What is this?
Yeah, that's what I said. Like I have nothing against diversity. Like, you know, someone made a movie about Americans without any Americans. All the Americans would probably shit themselves on the... Yeah, absolutely. They absolutely would. But you know, Americans... What is that happening over there? But you know, because you know, Americans are everywhere on the internet. So you hear them all the time. So you hear them everywhere. But you know, Greek people complaining that they're not getting represented, you don't hear them. Because they don't... Oh, okay, I thought that was just an object to click on, and I entered another of those seller things. Do I really want to get into this now, right now?
Blessed Mother,
I do.
bless me
There's a
with your
quest
power.
here.
Grant me the strength to continue to carry out your will.
Okay, so you're a Lilith person.
Welcome, traveler. Your day of glory is at hand. With your sacrifice, the rebuilding of this world can begin.
Okay. What's going on? Greeks are probably tired of the same movies. Maybe. Like, Indians are not tired of their same, like, 3 epics. Indians, like... every time I try to look up like whatever fantasy like Indians make, and they literally just rehashing. They're literally just rehashing their national epics constantly. There's like the same like 3 books over and over again, and they are not tired of that apparently. It's like, maybe the Greeks are not tired of the same movies. But you know, what is this quest? Harvest spirit energy from the undead, okay? Am I going to spend another whole stream just random side quests? You know, like, I don't have anything against diversity. Like, I love diversity. I love seeing like different things, different people from like different backgrounds. I genuinely do love that. But also I want that diversity to make sense. Indeed, movies are awesomely weird and also very cool. Well, it's like Bollywood is a whole different beast, you know. It's like a whole different world of cinema. Is there another treasure goblin? And you know, like, I love diversity. I love seeing different people from different places, seeing like researching, looking up like the cultural representation from these different countries. But like I want to watch like Indians playing Indians. I want to watch Greeks playing Greeks. I want to watch Ethiopians playing Ethiopians. That's what I want to see. And not like forcing like representation in places and characters that make no sense. What is even happening here? There's a massive demon, now it's just a dude. I don't think I had a quest for it. Kill an extremely rare monster in the open world. Okay, so that was extremely rare. That was an extremely rare. Okay, I got a title. Unholy Nightmare. How do you get titles up? No title selected. How do you select the title? Title. What was the title I just got? It was something nightmare. Nightmare. Unholy Nightmare. No, I'm not an unholy. I don't think I'm an unholy nightmare. I'm a novice nightmare. I'm definitely a novice nightmare. I'm a novice nightmare now. Come on, I'm trying to close all of these menus. I think there's bloody somewhere. Bloody nightmare. Oi, mate. Yeah, bloody nightmare, aren't ya? I can cosplay a Death Knight. Yeah, but Moasir is not like his character, his personality is not like the Death Knight. He's not that kind of character. Oh, and also I gotta slay more zombies. Okay. Do those count as zombies? I guess those don't count as zombies. Like, I mean, they're not zombies, they're skeletons. Why should they count as zombies? But you never know what they like actually classify it as. Like, it says zombies, but maybe the quest wants like just undead. You never know with this stuff. But apparently not. Apparently they want actual zombies. Oh, this guy is killing the zombies. Okay. But I am a novice nightmare now. So that's a title that I think suits me. Like, I'm a nightmare, but I'm not very good at it. You know what I mean? Okay, there is not enough zombies for both of us. Yeah, like I do love the diversity, love representation, but like it just has to make sense. Everything, like everything, it has to make sense. Just need 4 more zombies. Are those zombies going to count even if they're outside the designated area? I think they did count. because the area disappeared. Okay, so now just return to Get Bardu, and then return to that guy. Okay, so I'm gonna actually teleport. If your book ever gets movie Netflix adaptation, you're also writing I can pick actors in my contract, yeah? That's it, that's I don't know if anyone is going to sign that kind of contract. I don't know if anyone's going to allow that. Because like directors would hate that. The directors would hate you for that. Also like is that repair? No, this is salvage. Repair.
One of my better pieces.
What do you mean one of your better? It wasn't your piece at all. I literally just told you to repair my stuff.
That got most of it.
Rare two-handed sword that I can't equip. Okay, there's another cache I forgot to. More caches I forgot to open. And the directors like to have their influence over that kind of stuff.
Plenty worth keeping. Fight hard, eh? Make the devils pay.
Like it reminded me of yeah. But yeah, I have been, because of the talk about Alexander the Great in the last stream, I have been thinking about like mythology, Greek mythology a lot again. I've been thinking about that a lot again, and like it might be a little bit weird because like I have spent so much time reading the actual ancient mythology. I've been reading that more as a kid, as a child. I have been reading that way more than I have been reading. Is that another side quest? And you want me to go like okay here? Okay. After Black Snape, you're not trust. You know what's so bad about the Black Snape? You know what's so bad about that? This is like Snape is like the worst person to pick for like a race change. He's like the worst possible character you could pick in Harry Potter for the race change, because like he's consistently described as ugly, greasy, slob, and he has that whole backstory where the old Potter, Harry's father, well, the old Potter, like not just bullied him, but like he bullied him, but by hanging him from a tree. He bullied him by hanging him from a tree. So when it's, you know, a white kid doing that to a white kid, that's still bad, obviously. But when you now have the white kid doing that to the black kid, now that's suddenly lynching. And now suddenly the old Potter turns extremely racist. I'm getting like really laggy with the game today. Like my internet connection has been not very good today. I can't wait for Black Snape being bullied, or Harry sees him for the first time and immediately goes, "This guy is really suspicious for no apparent reason." Yeah. Yeah, that's some like not really thought through at all. Like I have been thinking about like mythology again because I've been talking about like how Alexander the Great is how myths start. But you know what is a mythology? Like I have talked about it like on the server in our game. But you know what is a mythology? That isn't like that is really influential in the modern world, but isn't really represented. You know what that is? The Canaanite mythology. The Canaanite mythology. And that is the mythology that the people around the ancient Israel believed, and the people that would eventually become the Israelites believed. Is there another rare of these? So now, like the whole Canaanite mythology, because Israelites, like they came from the Canaanites. Also, after we got Alan Rickman Snape, everyone after him will just suffer from being compared to him. Yeah, the only guy who would accept as a replacement Snape is Adam Driver. I guess I can see that he kind of has that kind of face. Oh shit! Move! Not A. Like I'm trying to. Jesus Christ! What? That is terrifying. Like these are just terrifying. They just fuck with my brain. They just fuck with my brain seeing that. No, I didn't mean to actually equip that. I thought it was a cache. There is a cache. Murmuring oboes. And the pink ones are the currencies. I never see the murmuring oboes on the ground long enough to really process. That's what they are. Okay, what now? Bring the remains here. I guess we'll teleport again. At least there is no cooldown on this teleport, I don't think. So I can like teleport around the map whenever I want. Like I'm not picking up more quests. I want to start the next zone today. I'm not picking up more quests. Maybe I will return to the zone sometime later.
Yes? What's this about? Is that...
Canaanite mythology, yeah?
If someone were to see you with
This is the mythology that people that Israelites originally came from.
take it down some of the
Like we didn't know, we used to not know like pretty much anything about this mythology because Israel and later Christians eradicated this mythology pretty well. Because like they wanted to, because there's that whole, I was talking about on the previous stream, there was that whole story about how one of the kings of Israel decided he was like super into Yahweh, and he had to like eradicate the mentions of the other gods. Now I have to bury the woman. Why do I have to bury her? Can't you bury her? Why do I have to do this? Because like when you read the whole story, I know the portal will be closed. I don't care. Like the whole story about the Canaanite mythology is how there was this one god super into Yahweh, you know Yahweh, you know the YHWH. Okay. Come on. See what that gets you? Don't try to backstab me. Like the whole story of the Canaanite mythology was basically this: there was this cheap god El, who I want to say created the world, but I'm not sure if he created the world, or he was like more like the Greek gods, where he was kind of created with the world. Okay, I buried her. So there was this cheap god El, and he had a wife called Asherah. And with that wife, he had. There was a number that I read that number again sometime not too long ago, but I forgot what the number was. Like there was a set number of sons
That boy.
that El and Asherah had.
To Qumran.
Like the three oldest
I wanted
sons
him to take over the farm.
were Baal,
He had trees,
Yam,
making it
and
big.
Mot.
I'm sorry,
Baal, as his domain, got the sky, so he became the weather god. Yam became the sea god,
Thank you for returning.
and Mot became the god of the underworld. And there is this whole story, the Baal cycle, that we had to uncover in these Ugaritic tablets in the place called Ugarit. We had to uncover this whole story. Like another side quest. What is this? Infected delve. Silver quartz from the infected delve. Yeah, I'm not doing that right now. Yeah, I think this. Okay, I have this guy to return to, so I'm going to him first. And there's a story, the Baal cycle from the Ugaritic tablets, and it talks about how. It talks about how after the god El died, his three chief sons started fighting over who gets to rule the gods. And Baal defeats Yam, but then he loses to Mot, because he enters Mot's domain, the domain of the god of death, and then he like immediately dies, because he's entered the domain of the god of death, so he like immediately dies. But then his wife Anat recovers his body
Good solid.
and sews the body, and Baal regrows. And then he defeats Mot, and he becomes the ruler of heaven. That's basically like the. But El had many more children besides these three. He had like this, like 800 or 80 smaller gods, and each of them got as their division. They got a different nation. And there is in a very old translation of the Bible, a very old translation of the original Hebrew books, that the original translation that we had to uncover from like Dead Sea Scrolls, there is the original version before it got changed, the original version of a verse in the Old Testament which talks about how Israel, the country of Israel, was the the allotment that the god Yahweh got from his father. You know, so Yahweh was originally just a war god, just a smaller war god, the commander of the heavenly hosts, and the god. And I think we're in Kyrgyzstan now. And the god of the nation of Israel, who was just one of many children of El. He was just one of the many, many gods. And Israelites believed that he was their god, he was their chief god, because he got their allotment from the chief god, from El. Until the, I think it was King David, I think it was King David or Solomon, one of those two, that he was super into Yahweh, and he decided, well, Yahweh is the only god that matters, and all the other gods must be like after him, behind him. And that's like how the whole story of God started. So it reads like his father died, and then his brothers started fighting each other. His brothers started fighting and killing each other, and once they all died, he took over because all the older brothers were dead. So like the whole mythology, the whole Canaanite mythology reads like the secret origin of God. And like it's a very because of that, like it's a very underrated mythology. Like somebody should like make a movie about these. Somebody should make a movie out of the Baal cycle. Make the movie that is mostly about, you know, Baal, Yam and Mot and Anat. Make a movie that is mostly about them. But at the end of the movie, when they are all like dead or dying, Yahweh shows up and takes over. Then Yahweh shows up and takes over, and Yahweh sits on the throne of heavens, and he sits down and he says, "You shall have no other gods before me." That's the movie they should make.
Just rumors, mostly. The people here speak of a sorcerer who lives in a grand palace beyond the endless sandstorm.
One of these nomads could help us reach it. They know the land better than...
Taisa?
Andaria. I hear her. I need a place.
Oh, that's the chick that we freed from that ritual thing
Look for a guide.
in the previous act.
I'll get something to help Taisa clear her mind.
So no, yeah, that's the movie they should make.
You'll find none fool enough to accept that request here. Give up and stay alive a day longer.
What's the situation? Is the stream 7 views so far. Okay, now the number of concurrent viewers have dropped to 1. One person has unwatched the video.
Bandits mugged me, crushed my knee. I would have died if the Iron Wolves hadn't stepped in. The one named Asifa carried me here. She gave me my life. I want to
The Iron Wolves from Diablo 2. Is that, or was that from Diablo 3, or was that both?
She'll be back at their camp, west of Chaldeum.
Okay, yeah, we're getting into like the territories near like Chaldeum, so that should be interesting because we're getting into like places we kind of know a little bit from the previous games.
Ha! No chance. Not for all the gold in Chaldea.
Okay, that's a little bit rude, but okay. Okay, waypoint. I am also still listening to the Dune audiobooks. I'm still going through. I'm very I am very slowly going through
What about the old man?
What?
through Children of
Ask
Dune.
Dark Sorcerer for a quick death.
And I realized something very weird about Children of Dune.
Crazy enough to agree. He spends his days in a cloud of smoke at the
Because
rear.
like at the very start of the book,
Dangerous there.
Stilgar is like looking over what's his face, Leto and Ganima. He's looking over them, and he goes like, "Oh, these children have participated in everything. These children who are talking like adults, behaving like adults, and these children who have participated in siege orgies." And like that like I'm taking a bit of a pause at that moment. Like did I hear that correctly? Does the word orgy mean something else in Dune? I checked what age they're supposed to be, and like they're supposed to be 9 in Children of Dune. Like, okay, I know they're like mentally adult, but they're still 9. Like they're not really mentally adult. When you start getting further into the book, when you see how they interact, how they talk, that like they're not actually mentally adult. Like they have like memories. They have memories of people from history, but they're not actually behaving like adults. They're not actually behaving like adults. So like they're not mentally adult. They're definitely not physically adult. So like you tell me, chat, you tell me if the word orgy means something else in Dune. Because if it doesn't, like it gets a little bit weird.
Found a quiet spot where she can focus on
It's
controlling Undead's
actually
presence.
very weird.
Is it safe to leave her here?
But you know, when I say something is a little bit weird, what I usually mean is very weird. Because like I'm trying to like understate it. Travel to the Argentec riverbank. Spice orgies are not necessarily sexual. So what are they then? What do they do in these siege orgies? Because it sounds, from the descriptions,
Meant no offense.
sexual,
You
and
look
from the
like you
name.
know how to handle yourself. I could use your assistance. I worked the mines for a living until those pigs-born bandits came. They slaughtered us, took everything. I barely.
Like, and I was brought back to talking about that because actually,
The lockbox with all our wages in it.
because actually there is further in the book there is a description of what they're doing in the siege orgies. Like there is a description, and it sounded very sexual in that description there, you know. Okay, so I guess I'll do this first because it's closer. Basically, it's getting extra high siege wide. Like I'm telling you, there is in the chapter there is a description. And it sounds pretty sexual. So that like when that description happened, I remembered when Stilgar was describing Leto and Ganima as having participated in it. Like. And I checked how old they're supposed to be, and it starts to get a little bit weird. I still think the first book is the best, because I still think the second book just tries very hard to signal that Paul is now bad, as that Paul is now evil. Yeah, of course they're sexual, but you assume they're intelligent enough to leave. Like, you'd assume so. Like, you'd assume so about a lot of things, but then it turns out it's not, so... Like, because Herbert is trying to, is really trying to nail that, these children have, like, adult minds. They actually don't. They don't behave like, they do not behave like adults, actually. but they described, like the characters say they behave like adults, but then they actually don't. So it feels like Herbert is really trying to, like, he's really trying to tell us that they're just like adults, but then he doesn't actually know how to do that. Like that's what it feels like. It's like the third book is getting like weirder than the second book. It's like I don't know where it's going to go from there. Which book is the fourth one? Is God Emperor the fourth book? Or is there like more? Is there more for God Emperor? Search for the miner's lockbox. Okay. Throat slit. It didn't slit any throats. It just disappeared for a moment and then died. But you know, I have been talking about mythology, and mythology is nothing if not full of really weird shit. Like the goddess Artemis. The goddess Artemis.
There it is.
Immediately after she was born, she immediately started helping her mother give birth to her brother Apollo. Like immediately after being born, she helps with the birth of her brother. You know, mythology is full of weird shit like that, but well, the context feels different. Like when it's like, you know, like gods, mythology, it's like, okay, that's... It feels different when it's the gods and the myths, you know. When it's like just a dude writing in a setting that feels very modern in many ways. Like it's not like modern, it's also very feudal in other ways. But they got like modern technology, and they got a history of a societal development. I don't think Artemis was built different. I don't think it's an Artemis thing. I think it's supposed to be like a god thing. Like because they're gods, they're so perfect that immediately after they're born, they're immediately functional. Like when a god is born, because they're gods, when a god is born, they're not like a helpless little baby. Like when a god is born, like they're like immediately super smart and super powerful because they're gods. That's what I'm getting out of that. Find the drug den entrance. Now we're looking for a drug den entrance. I guess we're getting into a CH orgy here in a moment.
Can't say I didn't warn you.
Oh, okay. And the door just opened by itself. That's convenient. I have reached my destination. Athena was also born out of Zeus's headache. Athena was born from her mother Metis. Like, they tell the story about Athena being born from Zeus's forehead everywhere, but they don't say how she got there. Because they don't tell everyone how she got there because Zeus had a first wife called Metis. And when Zeus
Deckard is gone.
punished
My name is
Prometheus
We need your help.
for
passing through
bringing
the
fire to the humans, when Zeus punished Prometheus, Prometheus gave him a prophecy. He said that because Zeus's wife Metis was pregnant, so he gave Zeus a prophecy that if Metis gives birth to a son, that son will be like 1,000 times stronger than Zeus. If Metis gives birth to a daughter, that daughter will be 1,000 times wiser than Zeus. And Zeus was afraid that if the son is like so much stronger than him, that son would defeat him. So what he does is like the only natural thing to do in this situation, and he eats his wife. So he just eats his wife, because they're gods and they're immortal. She's not actually dead. His wife is not actually dead. She never appears again. So she apparently now just lives inside of Zeus forever. But he eats his wife. But his wife is still pregnant. Like, he thinks the problem is over because he ate her, but she's still alive and she's still pregnant. So she eventually gives birth to Athena. And Athena gets like properly born through Zeus's forehead. And from that I spun a theory that for my own writing, that the son was also survived and was born from Zeus's leg, from Zeus's thigh. It was born from Zeus's thigh, and he became Zagreus. Like they kind of like the Zagreus was this, like Dionysus related. This god that was Dionysus, kind of wasn't Dionysus. He was supposed to be Dionysus, but he was also living in Hades. He was allegedly Hades' son, but from someone, but Hades otherwise takes no lover, so like it's a very strange story, where Dionysus is normally Zeus's son. So I spun this conspiracy theory that Zagreus was actually Zeus's son, the son of Zeus and Metis, who was born from Zeus's thigh at the same time Athena was born. And Zeus then shoved him in Hades to hide him from the world, so he never knows that he's the son of Zeus and he can defeat him. And I used it in the stories I wrote, and I used it in our stories, in our game. Okay, what else do I have? Sealed Khazar offering, that's the thing that I picked up very long time ago. Find us, but yeah, that's way too far. I'm doing that now. And you know what is also funny about that story of Athena's birth? That story presents a significant continuity snarl. Like Greek mythology, or like any mythology, isn't very consistent with like continuity, because it's a bunch of different myths from all over the world that are not over the world, or over the country. Like different people in different places believed in different versions of the stories. Sometimes when someone tried to write it down, the stories didn't make sense together because they weren't meant to originally. What is this? Skittering abomination. Very weird. Oh, that treasure goblin, okay. like it presents a continuity issue because because when Athena is born, Hephaestus is there. Hephaestus is there on Olympus to help Zeus with freeing Athena. But also, Athena is already alive. Athena is already alive, is already a person when Zeus romances the woman called Semele in Greece. And when Zeus is with Semele, he makes her a promise. He makes her a promise that he will do whatever she asks of him. And he will do whatever she asks of him. So she asks him. She asks him to.
Her influence will be weaker here.
To reveal his true form. So Zeus does that because he promised. He made an oath. He has to keep that oath. So he reveals his true form to Semele, which obviously kills her. But the god Dionysus that she was pregnant with survives that. But he's not ready to be born yet. So Zeus takes the fetus of Dionysus and sews it in his thigh and carries him to term in his thigh. And this is important because Dionysus has to be there to bring Hephaestus to Olympus. Because then, like, sometime later, Dionysus is born. Dionysus is now an adult god. And then sometime later, Hephaestus is exiled. Not exiled, but he was kicked out by his mother. When Hephaestus was born, he was kicked out of Olympus by his mother, Hera, and he fell and he landed on the island of Lemnos. And he was still on the island of Lemnos, but the Greek gods wanted him back. The Greek gods wanted him back on Olympus, and they were trying to convince him in different ways. They were offering him to marry the goddess Aphrodite, the goddess of love. So finally, it takes him getting him drunk. Dionysus has to come there, get him drunk, put him on a donkey, and like shove that donkey to Olympus, and that's how Hephaestus returns to Olympus. So like Hephaestus has to already be on Olympus before Dionysus is born, but he can't be on Olympus. Before Dionysus is born because they can't be before Dionysus is born because Dionysus is who brings him back to Olympus. But here's another continuity snarl. Hephaestus only marries Aphrodite after this incident. He only marries Aphrodite after Dionysus brings him to Olympus. Then he marries Aphrodite when on Olympus. But Aphrodite is famously very unfaithful to Hephaestus. She doesn't care for Hephaestus at all, and she keeps sleeping with the war god Ares. And out of the union of Ares and Aphrodite is born a woman named Harmonia. And then Harmonia marries, I forget who Harmonia marries, but you know who was Harmonia's daughter. Harmonia's daughter was Semele, the mother of Dionysus. So Hephaestus has to be on Olympus whole generations before Dionysus is born, but Dionysus is the one that brings him back to Olympus. You know what I mean?
Are you? I hope you've lined your pockets with
Mythology has zero continuity.
yourself.
That's what I'm telling you.
Keep on old Isabella here.
Because it was a bunch of different stories from different places, different times, stitched together.
We'll have to find something to shelter us, or there'll be nothing left of us but bones and stories.
And then unfortunately, like, there was like an idea I had, like, for years. I had this idea. For years I had this idea to like make a unified mythology timeline, unified Greek mythology timeline. So like an edited timeline of Greek mythology that tries to reconcile these differences and put them together in a one coherent storyline, one coherent timeline that actually makes sense. And like that is actually like a huge project. That is actually like surprisingly huge. That is the kind of thing. That is the kind of thing that people write for a doctoral thesis, or that is the kind of thing that people write like full books out of. Follow Meshiv through the sandstorm. Okay. Okay, I'm taking that damage. Okay, so I have to follow him. I'm still taking damage following him. Should I still be taking damage? I am following you the whole time, and I'm still taking damage. Am I supposed to still be taking damage? He goes right through one of those sand world things. Aggressive Fremen music, I guess. I guess we're not taking damage here in this corner. I know I am taking damage from the sandstorm, but am I supposed to? I have followed Meshiv to cover. What now?
Could it be? Ha! It is! The gods favor our journey, friend.
Like, this is the Meshiv from...
Drink with me, Deckard.
This is the Meshiv from like the Diablo II. Okay, he should be like
No,
extremely old now.
I've had quite enough. It's all yours.
Isn't this like...
I won't turn down such generosity.
Isn't this like 70 years later? How old is he?
Seems it's dying down. Onward!
Okay. Yep, very entertaining gameplay right now. Random skeleton. Good thing I invested so much into health regen, eh?
Storm's kicking up again. This way, quickly.
I am supposed to take damage now, okay? Because it like follow Meshiv to survive the sandstorm, but then the sandstorm is still killing you. So why am I following him? It's killing me anyway. On higher graphics, I would see very little. Okay.
Oh no. No! Back!
We need to go back.
What? What's wrong?
My pipe! I left my pipe back at the chapel. We must go back and get it.
Old man, if you turn your back now, I'll be the first to bury a blade in it.
And like, how old is he?
Fine. But I won't forget this betrayal, Deckard. You know I won't.
Okay, now I have to speak with him to continue. So I'm gonna actually use this moment to... like, it's just like Meshi from Diablo 2. Yeah, this is the one from Diablo. Why are you showing me the Polish word? I never click on any Polish wiki. Why are you showing me the Polish wiki as the first option? Mesh from Diablo 2, and he appears in Diablo 4. Like, how old is he? He appears in Diablo Immortal, apparently. In 1264. He appears in Diablo 2. That's year 1264. And Diablo 4 takes place when? Like, when does what is the year Diablo 4 takes place? 50 years after the events of Diablo 3. And Diablo 3 was like 20 years after Diablo 2. You are not following him, not to not take damage, you're following him to safe places through the storm. Okay. Timeline, okay. 1336. So like 1330, this is 1336. And it was 1264. So 1264, 1336, 1264. That's 72 years. That's 72 years, and he was already a grown man in like his 20s or his 30s. So this dude is like 110.
Come on then.
So this dude is like 110. He's not just an old man, he's like impossibly old for this place, for this universe. Yeah, must be. Like, probably older than some angels. I've reached my destination. I don't know. It doesn't look like I reached any sort of destination. Why are you making circles? Are you lost?
We're being swarmed. Keep Isabella safe. Time to move, eh? Follow me.
Like, people don't live this old in the real world with like real medicine. Meanwhile, this dude is just using a pipe as medicine, and he survived until 110.
Ah, Deckard. Do you remember the smell of the salt air on the ocean? No shade or devil could stand in our way. Been all across this world since then. Seen things you wouldn't believe. But it was never quite the same. Wandering without a direction, it was just waiting.
Aye. It's important to have something to walk toward.
Hello, Alisa
One foot in front of the other,
369. He's secretly a Nephilim, probably.
we die.
Hope you're not trying to sell me anything, Alisa.
Sounds like the weak
Because that was like the last person who just came up
stay close.
was trying to sell me something. It's like all the direct messages, all the random direct messages I get on Discord. It's just, you know, people who are trying to scam into buying art from them. I'm not saying you arrested it. I just like, I hope you're a real person who came here to enjoy the stream and enjoy watching me just mash the left mouse button. Or like listen to me ranting about history and Alexander the Great.
That wasn't half as dangerous as the others made it seem.
I thought there would be more monsters.
Look at this. To think such an intriguing place was hidden beyond the storm.
A relic
Does
from the
look
old
pretty.
days of Kyrgyzstan, maybe. Lost to time until Elias seized it.
He must stole some treasure, eh?
Mashif.
You know, like you get paranoid. You get a little paranoid after you keep getting these
You're unfearful in your old age.
messages.
Good
But people
work.
like every time, it's like the same script every time on these direct messages on Discord. The same script every time. Like, hey, hello, can I ask you a question? And then they say like, I'm actually an artist looking for commissions. And then they present you the portfolio, and the portfolio has no consistent style. Sometimes the portfolio has pictures that let you actually know, or pictures from artists you know. Like, where am I? Okay, through this sandstorm thing. Okay. There's no like.
Elias chose them to join his anointed circle? Ha!
It was Master Elias's hand that brought Lilith to Sanctuary, and it will be his hand that binds a lesser evil
And
to
like
our
there are
will.
pictures from artists you know in their alleged portfolio. Like it's the same script every time. And you get paranoid when all you hear when literally all the DMs you get are either from the small group of friends that you talk to every day, or literally every DM that is not from one of your friends is that. Like this literally all the DMs I get outside of the small group of friends. Like, how do you not get paranoid from that? You know?
You there! Wait!
I haven't seen you before.
We just made it through the storm. By the Mother's grace.
Ah, new disciples. You've come at an auspicious time. Lilith
What is the
recently graced
time?
us with
Why
her
am I so
presence.
tired?
She was here.
Oh,
1:24,
it was
1 a.m.
marvelous.
24.
But do not worry. Perhaps
20
Master
or how they say it in
Elias
English,
will
20
fulfill
past
his
1.
eye.
That's how they say it, I think.
He deems you worthy.
It's 1 a.m. over
Go
here.
inside and present yourself to him.
It's about the only time I can find to play. Like, forgot to keep saying hello there. How was your day? May I ask you a question every morning? Yeah, please don't. Please actually don't. You know, because it's like it's very annoying. Like keep seeing that every time. Literally every new person that ever talks to me. It's really annoying, actually. And now I'm covered in blood because of the damage I took from the sunstorm.
You can see anywhere. Across time, even.
You can see even across time. So he must have sniffed some spice. Feel like he's seeing through time now.
Behold the wonders that the Mother has in store for you.
The wonders Mother has in store for me, okay.
Raise your heads high, champions of Lilith. Never again.
Hey, is that Balthazar from Baldur's Gate 3?
They will serve us in the war to come.
Oh, this is like I thought that was loot. That was a random loot, but it says Gospel of the Mother, so it's probably a book. Yes. Oh, in the mountains. I remember you. In the mountains.
Pray to a light that would give them no warmth. But in her presence, a new fire was stoked in their hearts. They would never go hungry.
I am very yawny today. And I don't know why today specifically. More summoning. Why do they not just attack me randomly here? Do these not recognize who I am? Everyone, literally every other minion of Lilith recognizes me instantly, but these do not. These are the only people dumb enough to not recognize me instantly, but literally everyone else does immediately. Like, yeah, I got through the sandstorm, sure. But like, every other minion of Lilith instantly recognizes me, so how do these not know?
Go forth and stand in judgment before Master Elias. But show no fear, no hesitation.
Don't worry. We won't.
Okay. Are we fighting Elias?
Blessed Mother, I will not fail you again. The maiden will walk this world.
Elias.
I knew you would come, Laura.
Been spying on us with a sightless eye, have you?
You think I would waste such magic on you? You're still just as narrow-minded as the day I left you. I will put you out of your misery, old man.
I guess we are fighting Elias. Okay. Yes, we are.
You should have stayed in that little cabin, hoarding your regrets.
This is over.
You're too acoustic to remember to do that.
We can't leave it with these fanatics.
Hold on. I see something. Blood petals.
Okay, I guess we're getting another vision. So I can yawn some more while the cinematic plays.
Mephisto, Diablo, Baal. The ruination of sanctuaries and yet you doubt.
Only zealots and fools are completely certain, Mother. If we are to be saved, it will be by your hand.
I have not come to save, but to empower.
That's, you know, kind of
In my
graphic,
shadow,
a little bit.
the strong will oppose the mighty.
I hope YouTube doesn't freak out because of that scene. See, YouTube, I got you a very low quality textures, so it doesn't look too realistic. So I hope you do not freak out.
Whatever the cost.
Whatever the cost.
Had another vision. Lilith thinks the primevals will destroy Sanctuary. She's empowering people to stand against them.
That's why she and Elias are gathering followers. They're building a bloody army.
Yes, Laura.
Oh, he's back.
Of hell
Fighting him again.
And we are doing something about it.
Elias, how are you still alive?
You will never understand what I have done for this world. After all these years, this is the best you can do.
Fear.
You cannot kill me.
I can kill you repeatedly.
Bastard die. We can't keep bashing our heads against him like this. He'll wear us down. We need to escape, but not without the Sightless Eye. If we can take it, that'll rob him of some power at least.
Okay. I guess today we did not have as much of a history lesson as I did like last time. This is the problem with like naming streams, because like that's what happened last stream. I was talking about history a lot, but how do you predict what's going to happen in this stream? You know, no way to know what's going to happen this time. And you have to name it something. You can't just go Diablo IV for literally everyone. There was a stream. There was one stream which I named like had a mythology lesson. Yeah, I guess that's a little bit of a mythology lesson. But there was a stream that I named like George Carlin impressions because I originally named it that because on the previous stream I was making George Carlin impressions. I like read out a whole chunk from a transcript from a George Carlin skit. But when I named the stream that, I didn't do that. Like, you know, that's the problem with naming streams. Like you can't really predict what's going to happen, except when you name it something like Act 3 begins today, because like you probably can figure that out. By the place you are in the story.
I sense the blood of Lilith in you, Wanderer. You received her blessed communion. Open your heart to her. Embrace your nature.
I mean, there is still time.
You will give up at some point, old man. It's what you always do.
There's still like half an hour. We can still have a history lesson. I can do this all day, Elias. I'm not trying to hit the lies, I'm trying to hit the other thing.
That stench. It's unnatural.
Quick, tell me about some random obscure warlord from the Bronze Age. I don't know if I can tell you about a warlord from the Bronze Age. like do you count like, do you count like King David as a warlord from the Bronze Age? Because like he came out of nowhere, kind of came out of nowhere, and then, but like he's not random. He's like very historically very famous. Like he's not random.
She took me to an ancient battlefield where thousands of our kind died at the hands
That's an
of
obscure warlord from the Bronze Age.
Never again will we suffer so, she proclaimed. And in her eyes, I saw a new world. A paradise where we will live free from the tyranny of the heavens and hell. Ours, if we have the strength to make it so.
Also, the funny, yes, Alisa, hello again. You're saying hello again. Yes, hello. How are you? I really hope you are not trying to sell me anything, because you're just saying hello for the second time, and now I'm actually starting to get suspicious.
It is too late to stop what Lilith has begun.
This is why you like Age of Empires campaigns, when the story is. I am reading chats right now.
You can do better than this, can't you?
This is why you like Age of Empires campaigns, where the story is a bit weird. It's a great historical lesson, yeah?
Stop holding back, Laura.
Yeah, there's some like especially when you get especially when you get like into the later expansions that they added with like Age of Empires HD or Age of Empires like Definitive Edition. When you get into the expansions from those, because when you like get into like Age of Empires, the original Age of Empires 2, when you get their campaigns, it feels like the original Age of Empires 2 campaigns were a little less like historical campaigns, a little more like campaigns from movies that were famous around the time the game came out, because you get a campaign for William Wallace, Braveheart. You get a campaign about Joan of Arc, and there was a big Joan of Arc movie around the time the game came out, the original Age of Empires 2. There was a campaign about Genghis Khan, and I don't know if that's alluding to the John Wayne movie that I mentioned earlier. I forget like what are the other campaigns in Age of Empires 2, but they were all like all the main campaigns for Age of Empires 2, the original. They were like more movies than the actual historical ones, but later, when they started making, when that new team that was made up of the fans of the old game, when they started making campaigns, official expansions, like they were like actually paying attention to history, the actual history, not just the movies. So like those campaigns that they added later, those campaigns were historically very good. I have Age of Empires, like some like definitive edition or something like that, with a bunch of the campaigns from the later campaigns, but I never played most of those, not because like I didn't like it, I didn't want to, like I wanted to, but like like it took me too much at the time. It took me too much time, too much like adjustment, to readjusting myself to back to
Put pressure here. We need to stop the bleeding.
readjusting myself back
It
to
seems I've lost a step
the
in my
gameplay
old
of
age,
Age of Empires 2. Like maybe one day I'll get back to it. Maybe I'll play it on the stream one day. But yeah. I never finished those. I did want to finish those, like see the real histories based on the real people.
We'll get you out of here.
Oh, it's a shame. I got mine. Just a hair too late. Sneaky devil poked me in the back.
Barbarossa, yes. Barbarossa, Saladin.
So it goes.
Barbarossa and Saladin were the other ones. And it was like they were like Saladin. There was like a movie with Saladin around that time, I think. I guess Meshiv died at the ripe old age of 110. The conquerors added El Cid, Attila, and Montezuma. Yes, El Cid was very interesting. El Cid was very interesting because it was like the first campaign where they actually made you switch civilizations in the middle of the campaign.
We'll meet at the desert chapel.
Because the real El Cid, he was like at some point he was switching sides between Christians and Muslims. So they actually in the Cid campaign, they actually made you play as the quote-unquote Saracens, because that's what they call the Arabic civilization, the Saracens. Because Age of Empires still had to name everything weird.
Did you kill him?
More than once, in fact. Trouble is, he won't stay dead.
He is more powerful than I thought. I underestimated him.
So did I. But we took something important from him, at least. The sightless eye. I think he was using it to commune with Lilith from afar.
And there were also alternate victory conditions, because you could just leave the first mission starting area and show a middle finger to the Spanish king. In the Cid campaign.
The prime evils were reformed.
I guess I never tried that.
Hell was coming. But Elias was not the answer to anyone's prayers. If you want to take the measure of someone, you judge them by their deeds, not
I don't
their
remember
words.
anything
Simple as
about
that.
what you said.
Elias preached of saving the world while standing atop a mountain of corpses.
We haven't finished the story of Kyrgyzstan already, have we?
Everything Elias was not. Tainted by Lilith's blood, and yet able to resist her corruption. That was what I witnessed in the Wanderer's deeds. And that was when I started to think that perhaps together we could keep the evil at bay.
Don't tell me this is the whole story of the main campaign in Kyrgyzstan.
Must have been gruesome in that cult of his.
No more gruesome than the rest of Sanctuary's underbelly.
Okay, I got like some loot here. Loot I can't use. Meshif's sword. You found out the hard way by right-clicking on the minimap, and suddenly you were at war with everyone. Okay. Life on kill is cold resistance to all elements, and then also cold resistance on top of that. Okay. I should probably like get better pants with better stats than this. I'd have to like imprint another like legendary thing on it.
I can shut out Andario's whispers most of the time, but not always.
Better a whisper than having her walk the world again. Andariel is part of Lilith and Elias's plan. But how?
They have now, like, the Age of Empires 2 has now added a bunch of South American civilizations. But the newer campaigns like Jan Žižka and Jadwiga were great. I haven't played those.
She has a key to hell.
But like I have heard that Age of Empires 2 has now added like South American civilizations for like the Mapuche, and they gave Mapuche horses. Because like, okay, yeah, what we know historically about Mapuche was they had horses. But they had horses in like 17th century, which is way after the normal time of Age of Empires 2.
Picture Lilith in your mind and gaze into the eye.
So like it's like they were trying to meet a quota of South American civilizations. So they had to add a civilization that is very anachronistic.
My father's essence is reforming.
How do you know?
I feel it. Like 1,000 old wounds ripped open again. He's still weak. Vulnerable. I must strike before he can resist.
Make his power yours. The other lords will.
What happened?
She saw me.
She knows we're looking for her. Only a matter of time before she comes after us.
Not necessarily.
What do you mean?
Mephisto is reforming. And Lilith aims to take his power while he is still weak.
So, that's what you'd be preparing for.
Now imagine if Lilith actually succeeded here, and she took Mephisto's place and became the Blood of Hatred. At the very least, become like one of the great evils.
She'll become like a prime evil herself. She'll be able to conquer hell.
Would she though?
I have an idea how to stop.
Mephisto hasn't conquered Sanctuary. Diablo hasn't conquered Sanctuary. Like, even if she did claim the power of Mephisto, I'd probably be able to beat her all the same.
He'll have gone to Kyovashad for guidance.
Especially since later in the game, in the expansions, you actually beat Mephisto. Need Donan at the Cathedral of Light, okay. So where are we going now? We're actually going back, are we? Yeah, we're actually going back to Kyovashad. Okay. So I guess this was the story of Kyrgyzstan. Like, I guess this was the whole story in Kyrgyzstan. Okay, that feels weird. So I guess I gotta do some of these side quests, but I don't even see side quests here in this place. This is like, does this count as Kyrgyzstan? No. Guess we'll look for some side quests and do those. And maybe go back to Kyovashad next time? I don't know. Is there no side quests? Not even any side quests? It doesn't show me any side quests here. What am I supposed to do now? Like, do you really just leave Kyrgyzstan immediately? Really? Weird. There's like a side quest here, so I guess I do that. Now look for the Iron Wolves. Maybe on the way to them I found something else. Like, it feels weird how quickly you go through the zones. I thought there was like monsters to attack here. There was just camels. Okay, flies. I remembered I have a horse. I haven't really ridden the horse today. Alcarnus. Oh yeah.
What is this?
Alcarnus from Diablo III. Delve deeper into Alcarnus. I guess we're doing this now. Delve deeper into Alcarnus. Okay, I'm delving deeper and I don't know that necrotic mass, but like, what do you want me to do about this? And this like seems like it leads somewhere. Okay, this is something. This, you know what this looks like? Like the blight in Dragon Age Veilguard. Like these pustules, like, how do you pronounce that? Pustules, pustules. Pustules. I completely forgot how to say that. Pustules. Pustules? I think pustules. I'm pretty sure I already stopped your research.
Subject 23. The plague of Alcarnus was born from the dead of this city. Like all of the corpses here, 20-piece tissue appears flush with the demonic ether. Still alive, in a sense, after decades of decay. If this vitality
pustules. Pustules.
I may have found more than a cure.
Like, the point is, it looks like the stuff from Dragon Age Veilguard. Only I can't like just shoot it to break them. Destroy one of, but how? Like, it like connects to something here, but I can't actually go there to kill it. So how am I supposed to do this? There's nothing for me to interact with. I really have no idea what you want me to do, game. Like, you destroy one of the necrotic masses, but how? Oh, this one is targetable, okay.
She was reborn from those crates. They must scour them all.
Jamuramu Slicer. Like, I was looking at the map, but there was nothing there on the map. favor token earned for something, for killing more enemies, I guess. Why can't I move? Simulacrum of a rush there. Doesn't help that the game is being very laggy, because my internet has been... Yeah, I know what you mean. I know the icons that you mean, but there wasn't any at the time when I was asking the question what I wanted, what I'm supposed to do. My internet has been somewhat laggy today because Poland has entered the part of summer. Poland has entered the part of summer that we affectionately call the monsoon season. And for anyone random wondering, like, Poland doesn't have monsoon seasons. Yeah, that's not a literal monsoon season. It's a joke about, like, half of the Polish summer is just rain, just constant rain. And I think we've already entered this part of the summer. So because it's rain, the internet reception hasn't been... It's never great. It's never great because I live in a part of town that is like out of the great range of literally all the internet providers. Literally none of them have good reception here. Because somehow, yeah, I know that the towers. I know that all the towers are located outside of town, so obviously you get, when you're in the middle of the town, you are further from the towers, so your internet reception is worse. But did nobody think about this? Like, did nobody consider that the most amount of people live in the city center? Did nobody think about that? Did nobody think to do something about this? Did nobody think to, like, put one of the towers in the middle of a city, so that people can have a reception in the city too? I'm trying to move. Is she actually dead now? Return to the lair of the witch. Okay. Okay, more undead. Of course she teleports. As soon as I unleash the ultimate. I am trying to move! I'm clicking to move!
Need more time.
Okay, more of these.
Need more time.
Come on.
It is done.
More legendary pants. I am glad that they removed the identification as a thing in the game. I did say I want to get new pants that gives me more life regen, much more life regen, and dexterity, and more armor, way more armor, and heals for 10% maximum life when I poison a healthy enemy. So yeah, that sounds good. That looks great for me actually. I will lose the little feathers. And that looks great for my survivability. So yeah. And we got all Carnus unlocked. Also, I got the Gathering Legions. Slay enemies to provoke the legions of... I thought there would be like people in here. The feathers don't really do anything on their own too much. Yeah, maybe. I thought there would be people in town now. Okay. Okay. Like now you walled yourself in. Like you'd think the waller mobs would be immune to their own walls. But no. They wall themselves in too. Okay, what now? The legions escape. Do I get people on Alcarnus now? I thought I unlocked the... I thought I unlocked Alcarnus as a stronghold, but there's still no one here. Oh, I got the title for... Okay, what do I spend points on now? I guess this now. I thought there would be people, like there, usually when you conquer a stronghold, then like people show up. But not here apparently. People show up and then there is a waypoint. Not in this one, I guess. Okay. Do we want to go all the way there? To do that, I start going. If it gets too late, I'll just leave and complete it next time. And yeah, it is getting late. It is getting slowly to the end of the stream. So did we get enough of a history lesson today? No, we talked about like some history-related topics. More mythology than history, but talked about stuff. I guess talking about how Cleopatra was Greek counts as history, as a history lesson. Big open swaths of just sand here, and nothing is really attacking even me because I'm just running through all of that. I guess we did cover some things. All that matters is that you keep talking, keep doing something, keep the stream occupied, to keep the stream busy. Okay, is that like some random side quest in here? Do you need assistance?
Thank Akarat for you. I shake your hand, but my arm, you see. We were on our way to Tassarak when that demon attacked.
I'm looking over my shoulder again.
I was lucky to a point. I managed to slay one of the creatures, but it got its fangs in me. The venom is not pleasant. I need a flower to treat it. The ghost palm. It grows near those old bones. Bring one back to me, would you?
Okay. Have we met before?
Helen back we have. In Tarsarak. Mad fool. You wanted a guy to take you through the sandstorm. To think you made it following the chief of all people. Maybe I should have taken the job. Seems it went better than this one.
Okay, what is this? Find a ghost palm somewhere in here. Okay, I guess we can do that. I can't loot his friend, unfortunately. Sure, and look at the wallers. They just walled themselves in. Because they were too slow to react, and now they're just boxed in. Look at this. Look at this. Pathetic. Oh, I think I found the thing. Wait, there's a shrine, so I'm gonna do the shrine first. Another hole in the ground. I'm not doing that. Okay, down here.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Where's your friend? Oh, that's your friend. I thought you you put your friend inside the camel. No, friend is over there now.
My arm burns like hellfire. Nothing I can't handle. I'll apply the treatment and be off to Tarsarak. Bless you, friend.
And I'm still not much closer to the other side quest. Do we finish this today? Do we get this done today? We're almost full on stuff too. Why is that zombie running away from me? I guess we are very close to this area, so I might as well do this. Oh, we did find the actual encampment. I thought I would have to like search around. Okay.
Asa, please. Your wounds are still fresh.
You can pay. A generous offer. But this is my responsibility.
I'll accept a bunch of side quests
I
and
let my soldiers into those
do them on Sunday.
and 2 of them lost their lives. Alim and Tala. I must retrieve their belongings.
Well, you need not go alone.
Fine. I will accept your aid, Wanderer. Meet me outside the old ruins to the west. And steel yourself for a fight.
Okay. Hedam. Is that trouble?
When is there not trouble? I told the men I'd pay double for the head of that big ugly skeleton in the tar pit. All I get are excuses.
If it's so easy, you kill it. It's on fire.
See? Excuses. If you go kill the bastard...
Also on Fiverr today I got a new order from and this one was from Daggerheart. This was my first Daggerheart one on Fiverr, which is Daggerheart also has a couple of like these unique like frames. I think they call them frames, campaign frames. So like instead of settings they call them campaign frames. And in their book, in the basic book for Daggerheart, they gave a bunch of these mini settings with different themes, with different like styles that are meant to fit different players. And they don't have a find a Sifa in the area, so I just gotta find this Sifa and maybe dismantle things.
Forge is ready for whatever you need. You can still use these.
And unfortunately I have to dismantle Meshif's sword because I can't use it on this character. I got new pants. I got new pants from new legendary pants, so I don't need these.
I can break that down.
I guess I can dismantle these now. I still probably need a better weapon. Like get some weapon and then print that with so like yeah, dismantle that now. still don't know if these boots are better or the other ones. Frames, they have frames of war. I guess there are campaign frames in which there are wars happening. And like campaign frames that are like different, there are settings inside Daggerheart, and I think the one that the client wants to use isn't like one of the official campaign frames, but someone's like a published thing. But here's the thing: this campaign frame that the client wants to use is like this meta setting. It's like this meta setting that's supposed to look like TVA from Loki, or like Time Lords. That's what it's supposed to be like. Like it's supposed to be like influenced by this kind of thing. So it's like a meta setting. So the characters in this, are taken from other settings, from other frames. And the character that I could do with for this, like it could be from like any of the existing older frames, but the idea I'm having, like it's like almost directing me to like a completely different setting, like a different setting, and like, and I'm thinking like, should I be like, I see the thing that they will be playing. The thing they will be playing cost like $15. Somebody put up on a. Like the RPG book shops. But somebody put on the RPG bookshops. It was like $15, and I start finding myself thinking like, should I be writing those? Should I be writing like these kinds of books and see if that sells? Well, it is, even what I'm writing now is working, is getting me some business, getting me a few bucks every once in a while, but maybe those will be getting me more. But okay, we will be now finishing slowly. I'll check the reliquaries. I have 4 and I need 8. I have 4 and I need 8 of the yellow things. You can tell it's very late because the yellow things, these yellow things. What's it called? Doesn't want to say. You write a whole setting here, but the frames for Daggerheart, aren't like these like super huge. The frames for Daggerheart aren't like super huge, like favor tokens. That's what these are called. They're like a couple of pages, So it's like a. Not that much of a time investment, but the bigger problem would be the art, because the like the $50 setting thing that that this guy will be using for his game. So I guess we're not taking any of those yet. But yeah, I'll be starting to finish the stream for now. What it did have is a lot of custom art, and I don't really have a way of getting that custom art, and I don't have an artist to pay, and I don't have money to pay the artist with. So that would be a big issue with making that. But yeah, we are coming to an end of today's stream. It is definitely that time. There is a poll. There's a poll for the. There's a poll for the next for the next video. I think the next video, one way or another, is going to be the Forgotten Races of 4th edition of D&D. But what did appear on the poll, the new thing I added to the poll this time, was the Dune video. The Dune is everywhere in fiction, and I didn't realize it until now, until I started like reading the Dune books, and I started seeing all the elements that were seeded in spread all over, like not just fantasy but like fiction in general. It's definitely like an interesting topic to get eventually, and but I will get to it one way or one day. I will definitely get to it, but right now probably the Forgotten Races of 4th edition D&D. But if anyone is listening to this later, do remember to check the poll and vote for what you want to see next. But yeah, this is definitely enough for today. I hope you enjoyed the stream, and I hope, my dear hamsterlings, I hope to see you next time.